Hello, everybody. I'm so proud of your accomplishments. Now it's time for you to really shine. This Deliverable 7 is worth a large percent of your grade, so make it good. Deliverable 7, Business Development and Sales Plan. Putting it all together. What are we going to talk about in this presentation? First, I encourage you to always go inside our course and read the content. Next, focus in on this presentation. We're going to deal with Deliverable 7. It's going to be a title slide. Step 1, compare the BDR role to a sales representative role. By now, you should know that there is a significant difference between the two roles. Step 2, develop a plan for building a productive working relationship between the BDR and sales team. We've talked about this in the past. Use some of the material that I've shared with you in previous deliverables. Also, step it up. Go do more research and then bring it back in when you create this presentation. Step 3, identify a target market. We've talked about this. I've shared videos and articles with you. Now you're going to be identifying a unique target market. Create a customer profile. Go back and read and watch some of the previous deliverables to help you. When you're looking at that customer profile, go in depth. Don't just give me a few variables you're going to consider. There's many that you should consider. So please incorporate those or you'll come out short. Determine a target area and establish target area geographic boundaries. Whatever you do, remember, you should always have a reason for doing what you do. So incorporate that into your presentation. Step 4, identify strategies you will use to create long-term sustainable relationships with business customers. Working with a B2B, a business-to-business relationship, it is absolutely essential to continue to meet your business customers' needs. You want to meet them and exceed them. So what would you do? Step 5, explain how you will utilize customer relationship management. That's a big word. You should know it in depth by now. CRM. That's essential that you have a strong background in that when you go into the professional world. Step 6, list key CRM trends. I'll identify a few. You can use those or you can find others. We'll have a conclusion slide and a reference slide. As usual, throughout this presentation, I will be sharing some resources with you. You're encouraged to use those as well as to find other resources. You are creating a PowerPoint. When you create a PowerPoint, there's a few rules you should follow. Use keywords and phrases on the slide. You can also include images that are related to your content. Okay, you're standing in front of your audience. What are you going to say when you show the first slide? Whatever you're going to say, please type that in the notes section of the PowerPoint. Next slide. What are you going to say? Whatever you're going to say, type everything that you would say in the notes section of the PowerPoint. Continue this process throughout your entire presentation. When I review your work, I will be reading the information you put in the notes section. So don't give me a large number of paragraphs on your PowerPoint presentation. The focus should be on you. not on your PowerPoint. Your PowerPoint only facilitates your presentation. You give the presentation. Competencies, I'm not going to read these to you because all this information is inside our course. Scenario information. Again, I'm not going to read all this because it's inside our course. Be sure to look at the rubric for this assignment. Look at it before you start, during the time you're working on it, and then step back for a minute, take an objective view, and evaluate your work. Is there anything that you should change? If you do, stop, pause. You've got plenty of time. Make the changes, submit it, and score high. Instructions, very important. You have made tremendous progress, and you really have. This is one of the fastest moving classes I've had in a long time. You are doing great. So you have made tremendous progress in creating a new business development and sales plan. It's time to present your findings. You will present your business development plan as a PowerPoint presentation to the executive leadership team of the organization. Keep in mind the golden rules you should follow when creating a PowerPoint. The team does not want to watch you stand up and read verbatim from your PowerPoint. Use keywords and phrases and images. People like images as long as they're related to your content. We start with a title slide. Right? Use a catchy saying. Catch their audience's attention from the minute you start and carry it on throughout your whole presentation. Someday, if you do jobs well, you will be a member of the executive team. So there's our title slide. Step 1, compare the business development representative role to a sales representative role. Make it stand out. Make them realize and understand why they need two people. They need a BDR and they need a sales team. One person cannot do it all. Step 2, develop a plan for building a productive working relationship between the BDR and sales team. Remember that CRM and how it pulls together all the different departments? We have to work as a team in order to succeed. Step 3, identify a target market, create a customer profile, determine a target area, and establish target area geographic boundaries. We're creating and identifying a unique target market. We're identifying essential things we need to include in a customer profile. Don't just give me a couple, but be deep, get solid, get into it. Remember how much this is counting towards your final grade. We've given you plenty of examples to use and draw from. Now's the time to excel in this presentation. Remember who you're talking to, the executive leadership team. So if you do something, tell us why you do it. Don't just say, I'm going to do this and not give us a reason or a justification. Support your work with peer-reviewed articles. Step 4, identify strategies you will use to create long-term, sustainable relationships with business customers. Oh my, that's really critical. If you cannot establish a long-term, sustainable relationship with your business customers, what's going to happen? You know, they say it costs less to retain a customer than it does to attract a new customer. Now, what are you going to do to retain that customer? Step 5, explain how you will utilize customer relationship management, CRM. Okay. We talked about this in several presentations. You know how important it is to understand CRM. You know how many different companies use CRM. It's essential that you learn CRM forward and backward. So when you go into the professional world, you will excel. Step 6, list key CRM trends. No, you need to stay current in your field. If you just, okay, think that I got this job, now I'm just going to sit back and not worry. That's wrong thinking. You want to be number one. You want to be a leader in your field. To be a leader, you must stay current in your field. You include a conclusion slide and a reference slide. Remember the keywords. Keep it minimum on the slide. Use keywords, phrases, and images, but not just any image, images that relate to your content. You will be creating a minimum of 9 slides. Can you do over? Yes, you can, but also keep in mind you're presenting this to an audience. They're not going to want to sit there for hours and hours listening to you. You ever hear the phrase, less is more? Okay, our grading rubric. Essential, essential, essential to use this. When I grade your work, I look at this. So, item 1, thoroughly explain the BDR role compared to sales rep. Number 2, thoroughly develop a plan for building a productive working relationship between the BDR and sales team. Number 3, thoroughly constructed strategies for identifying new markets. This is not just what you think, this is what you know. This is based on peer-reviewed research. Number 4, thoroughly identified and explain the strategies for gaining new B2B customers. And also one item that was left off on that when they created this was this other point that you must include, and that is list key CRM trends. Okay. Pause, reflect. What have you learned up to this point? Go back over your notes. Review some of the deliverables I've shared with you. And then go one step further. Give us additional information. Remember, deliverables 1 through 6 each was worth 11%. But deliverable 7 is comprehensive. It's worth 28% of your grade. Remember, students may submit each project deliverable a maximum of 3 times per deliverable. The highest grade is final. I know you can do this. I've seen you do it in other assignments. So really do it now. Now is the time. All right, let's look at the first thing we have to address. Compare the BDR role to sales rep. Here's one article. Compare the BDR role to the sales rep. Business development representative, as we all know, means BDR. We're going to learn a definition, what they do, and also good idea of characteristics quality BDRs share. And here's another article. Sales versus business development. What's the difference? Look at the profile I've got there. One side is black, one side is white. We blend the two together. Why? Because you have two separate roles. You have the BDR and you have the sales team. Each role plays a unique role. We can't have one without the other. We can't have one person do both roles. Another article, business development versus sales. What's the difference and which should you hire first? wait a minute, we need to hire both. But let's look at some of the topics you'll find in this article. What is business development? What is sales? What's the difference between BDR and sales? Why do you need a separate BDR and sales team? 4 common questions you should consider. How business development and sales work together. Number 1, when should business development pass a lead on to sales? I'll say more about that in a few minutes. Should there be an overlap between business development and sales? Are you going to have a gap between them? Number 3, what's the difference in the day-to-day activities of business development reps and sales reps? Number 4, how does a BDR call or email differ from that of a sales rep? In a previous deliverable presentation, I kind of outlined the different characteristics for the reps, the BDRs, and the sales team. Go back and watch them again. And then there's a bonus. The key traits you need to look for in every business development and sales hire. Someday you will be a member of the executive leadership team. Will you know what to base your decision on when you're hiring? What happens if you hire the wrong person? All right, the next topic we're supposed to address. Develop a plan for building a productive working relationship between the business development representative and sales team. Remember that day-long event you asked your people to come to? Do you remember some of the activities they engaged in? What information did they share with you? What's missing? What could you add to it in the future events? One article from American Express. They're stating that there is a significant difference between BDRs and the salespeople. If you look at that second paragraph, most companies can benefit from this specialization. The business development person must have a broader view of the market, talk to more strangers, and build relationships for referrals. The salesperson must be able to focus on a finite set of prospects and understand their individual needs that will drive them to purchase from the company. They are the closers. Don't only think short term, think long term. Just because you sold a product or a service to them the first time, how will you continue that relationship? How will you continue to offer more services as well as products to the people? You've got to stay a step ahead of your competitors in order to succeed. We start with the BDR. The lead takes inbound action. They're meeting the people, they're calling the people, they're doing their research. Not only does a company that you want as a customer do research on you, but you, as the BDR, must do research on them. What are their needs and expectations? How will you deliver and exceed their expectations? How will you continue to do that? BDR performs outreach. Okay, we've done our research. We know about this company. We know how our products and services can furnish the needs and expectations of our potential customers. Meet with them. Find out, can we deliver high quality products or services to this potential business customer? If not, draw the line. Say thank you for your time, but I really think you need to look at this company. Offer them some other suggestions. If you can't meet their needs, refer them to somebody else. Maybe in the future, they'll come back to you because their needs have changed. And even if they don't come back to you, because the way you treated them in the beginning, that becomes goodwill. Make a recommendation to another company that needs something that you produce or service. You call them, you're happy with them, you think there's a good fit between them and your company, and now it's time to pass it off to the sales team. Remember, the sales team is the closer. Another article, how to transition a lead from a BDR to a sales rep. What are your ideas? Do you know how to pass the baton to the sales rep so you come out as the winners? Let's look inside this article. Topics addressed. Define what makes a qualified lead. When both the BDR and a sales rep have a good understanding of what a qualified lead is, the BDR will only send qualified leads to the sales rep. Time is money. Don't waste the sales rep time. Make sure you're sending a qualified lead to them. Set the right expectation with the lead. The BDR must set the stage to make it clear why the lead needs to speak with the sales rep. You don't make the lead think that you're just pushing them off because you don't care about them. Tell them why you're going to refer them now to the sales rep. How can the sales rep continue the relationship, continue to meet the needs and the expectations of your business customer? You know how it feels if you think somebody's just shoving you from this person to this person and nobody really cares? Make it clear to them. State your reasons for doing this. Be open, honest, and frank. As soon as you're at that point, schedule the meeting. The BDR must have access to the sales rep's calendar. Well, how are we going to get access to that calendar? Through, what do we call it? CRM. Remember, it links all the different departments within the organization. Number 4, enter detailed notes into a CRM. Remember, you might know what happened, right? But if you pass a note to somebody else, they're going to say, huh? What do you mean you're not giving me enough information? Meet with your team, your BDRs, and your sales team. Know what everybody needs in order to help close this lead. Send the meeting reminder. You know how busy everybody is? It's so easy to forget a meeting. And if you forget a meeting, what's going to happen to that potential lead? And don't only send an email to people within the organization, but send a meeting reminder to your business customer. Keep everybody informed. We're only human. We do make mistakes. And number 6, keep communication lines open. Remember, smooth transitions drive revenue. Another article, build strong, positive relationships at work. You're going to be working with those sales team, even though they may have an office down the hallway or they may be working from home. You have to maintain a solid, positive relationship. So how do you do it? Open and honest communication. Show appreciation. Engage in active listening. Be positive. Develop your people skills. Be clear about your needs. And finally, show respect to all. You follow that path both personally and professionally, you will succeed. Strategies for identifying new markets. Remember, we've got to identify a unique target market. We have to develop the customer profile. How are we going to do that? Here's an article. How to expand your business through new market development. 4 steps. Step 1, define your new target market or markets, could be plural. Step 2, do your market research. Know about this company, know about this target market, know if it meets your needs and do you meet their needs. Step 3, now you're going to start getting into the market. Is this a profitable market? If not, stop looking. Pause, repeat the process, and look for another target market. And then if you think you have found the ideal target market, what are your reasons for choosing that market over others? Why did you do what you did do? And finally, step 4, create a plan to enter the market. A lot of research that goes on before you even enter the target market. Why? Because there's a lot of money involved. The buyer's journey. I thought this was interesting. It's a funnel. At the top of the frame, you might have a large number of people that might think they're interested in your product or service. They continue to do research, and look what happens. We're losing some of those. Now we're at the middle of the funnel. They're still wanting to know something about your company. What types of resources might they want? You can see those clearly stated on this slide. Okay, now we're going down to the bottom of the funnel. They've done all this research, kept getting more involved with you, and you're getting more involved with them. And now the cream of the crop is waiting for you. But they're still going to continue to do more research. Keep this in mind, the buyer journey in mind when you're trying to recruit new qualified business customers. Here's something you might want for free. It says free kit, a product marketing go-to-market kit. To download now, you can download that and read it. What's in there? You can see the different things that are included in there on the left-hand side of the slide. Remember, I do give you a copy of this PowerPoint presentation. There's some more ideas about that free kit if you want it, right? I just wanted to let you know what's available so you can go get it if you want it. This is an interesting chart going from objective to subjective. B2B customer priorities. We start at the bottom of the pyramid and we'll work our way up. What's important? What are your customers' priorities? You're going to have to climb the pyramid in order to make that sale and in order to keep that new customer. Components of a successful business-to-business marketing strategy. Are you a business that wants to market to other businesses? If so, then you are in the right place. Business-to-business marketing is similar to business-to-consumer marketing. You can use the same digital strategies and channels to acquire a new customer. But if you're targeting other businesses, there are a few differences in the way you will be marketing. We're going to show you how to build and implement a B2B marketing strategy that actually works. Maybe the information you can gather from this source will help you. Topics that will be addressed. What is business-to-business marketing? Building a business-to-business marketing strategy. Content and your business-to-business marketing strategy. Social media marketing and your business-to-business marketing strategy. Email and your business-to-business marketing strategy. Build a professional website. Sure, you can go out and get a free website, but you want it to be professional. When they see your website, that's the first impression of you. Do you like the impression you're making? If not, Then build a professional website. Then we have two acronyms here. We've got the SEO and the PPC. What's that? The SEO means search engine optimization. PPC means pay per click. So you're doing search engine optimization for your B2B marketing strategy. And then the last stop is pay per click for your B2B marketing strategy. So these topics are addressed in this document I'm going to share the link to. All right. We are also supposed to talk about key CRM trends. You can see 7 of them here. Customer experience, Internet of Things, artificial intelligence, self-service, mobile and social CRM, voice and conversational UI. We've been talking about artificial intelligence. Go back, review what that means. Also, did you know chatbots are moving from text to voice? Wouldn't that be nice? How many times are you using a chatbot and you have to type everything you want to say? How annoying is that? Wouldn't it be nice to be able to just talk what you want, talk what you're thinking, and you don't have to just sit there and type it on the keyboard? Well, it's real and it's coming your way. Some statistics. 80% of consumers rank experience as important as products or services. We want to have a strong, positive customer experience. Marketers are using AI. In 2018, only 29% used it. But then look at that significant jump to 2020. 84% of marketers are now using artificial intelligence to get a way to understand what your customers have. The data. Oh, yeah, I like this idea. The average number of data management tools used in 2020 has doubled from 2018. Marketers expect to use a median of 12 data sources. That's why I encourage you to continue to do research. Your competitors are. You need to stay current in your field. The growth of data management tools. 3 in 2018, 6 in 2020. And it's going to keep going up and up and up. Of course, you've got to grab the right tools, but you've researched that earlier. Got to grab the right tools because there's plenty of information out there, but not all information is equal. The growth of online interactions. Back in 2018, 42% used the internet and 58% in person. But look what happens between 2018 and 2021. We go from a 42% online experience to a 60% online experience. And it's going to continue to increase. And fewer people are using in person. Isn't that kind of like if we went to the mall or something like that, or you went to a store, are you more inclined to go to a store or are you more inclined to buy online? Statistics show you're more inclined to use online than doing in person. The IoT, Information of Things, is expected to have 41 billion connected devices by 2027. 2027. What year is it now? See how fast it's growing? Internet of Things will be a significant advancement in the CRM as it will improve system performance, enhance customer service, and, drum roll please, increase sales. IoT devices can send data about product issues, maintenance needs, and improper usage to an organization's CRM platform. If there's trouble in paradise, we want to know as soon as possible. And we'll get there through IoT. Here's another statistic. 65% of customers would rather use self-service to solve simple issues. What about YouTube University? If you're trying to do something and you're really not sure how to do it, probably go to the internet, go to YouTube University, and get your answers. We won't get all of the answers, but we'll get most of the answers. When we really need to reach out, then we will. But we'd rather do it ourselves. The CRM market is estimated to reach 113.5 billion by 2027. So if your company doesn't use it now, it won't be long before they do use it. Wouldn't you like to be on ground floor and know about CRM? CRM trends. This is from Finances Online. I'll let you look at these. Artificial intelligence and virtual reality, right? We talked about the difference between those in the past. If you forgot, go back and look. We need it. We've got it. We need to know about it. And that pretty well concludes this presentation. Let's think about a review. We talked about the importance of reading the material inside our course. Then we went over the information you'll be including in your PowerPoint presentation. We remembered the key rules to follow when creating a PowerPoint. Use key words and phrases and images if they relate to your content. Put the depth and the detail of what you're going to say inside the notes section of the PowerPoint. How many slides are minimum? 9. Okay, now when I say 9 slides, remember that does not include the title slide and it does not include the references. Those are 2 separate slides. It's just the body of the PowerPoint. It's the same thing when you're writing a paper. You don't include the title page and you don't include the references. You include the body of the paper. I hope this presentation helped you. If you have any questions, please reach out to me. You see my name, my email address, my telephone number, and you remember that that telephone is a landline. You are encouraged to use it. Thank you very much for your time, and I wish you success on this last important Deliverable 7.